Okay, we are back with another on topic session. If you've seen any of our other videos, you know that the information comes loud and likely fast, kind of like a fire hose. And we only talk about one topic. We try to get in and get out and get you on with your day. So, welcome to Stephanie and Nicole. Today's topic is
Sleep, rest, sleep. We didn't practice that. But make sure you like, share, comment, give us advice, tell us something you'd like to hear. But today we're talking about sleep rest.
Yeah, okay, cool. And not the kind that the hypnosis person is like sleep. We're talking about
Yeah.
the kind where you are taking time to rejuvenate your body because that is the time when it happens. All
Yes.
right. We usually have a book and a quote. We're changing it up a little bit today. So, Nicole, start us off. What do you got?
Well, for my quote, I have let her rest, for when she rises, she will move mountains.
Amen. Who's
And
that
it's
by?
unknown.
Oh,
Unknown. Yeah.
okay.
So me. No, just joking.
Nicole taking it in.
Uh,
Oh, okay, perfect. Um, I don't have a quote today, but I do have a book. Can I talk about that?
yeah.
All right, my book
I don't have
is
a book.
well, good. Look at how good we
I
go
have other
together.
things though. I have article and a TED talk.
Okay. And probably
But
all
tell me
legit.
about your
So
book.
stay tuned. So stay tuned. My
Yes.
book is Understand How to Rest and Recover in an Always On Society
Yes. Yes.
because a lot of interesting stuff, number one, happens when you feel that resting your body means you're lazy. And that is a stigma that we have worked into our society. And it's kind of US centric.
Yeah, totally.
Um,
Yeah, very.
and
Because other
so,
countries allow, they build naps into their days and all that kind of stuff. And a few businesses in the US get it. Google, I think, allows naps and stuff, but it's mostly a US, let's work till you die.
okay, work till you die. If you're not making money overnight, you will work, no, wait, while you sleep. You will
Yeah.
work till you die. Okay. Um, what do you want to talk about? Improper amounts
Um,
of rest, what the lack of it does. You wanna go deep into some trauma about
well,
rest?
I'm going to talk about the power of an hour.
That sounds
And so,
amazing.
yes, the power of 1 hour. And both of my sources of information today come from an article in Psychology Today called How Sleep Can Help Your Team Make Better Decisions. And then the TED Talk, Sleep is Your Superpower by Matt Walker. Those are my two sources. And they both talk about the difference 1 hour of sleep can make. And Daniel Kahneman is a Nobel Prize winning psychologist. And he says that an extra hour of sleep a night is better or more powerful for a daily on your daily happiness than a $60,000 raise.
Wow,
1 hour
one
sleep
hour sleep is worth $60,000.
towards happiness.
Okay.
And then Matt Walker in his TED Talk, there's a lot of good information in that. I really suggest that you find that. But he talks about this big global experiment that happens 2 times a year on 1.6 billion people across 70 countries. And it's called daylight savings time. And in the spring, when we lose that hour of sleep, we see a 24% increase in heart attacks. And in the fall, when we gain that hour, we see a 21% reduction in heart attacks. And that same thing goes for car accidents and suicide rates.
I mean, it's all
Yeah.
tied right to
one
it.
hour,
1 hour.
1 hour. So now I'm like, I want to really, I know I'm more tired after daylight savings. And I know I've always had issues with like Nathan, especially when he was younger with daylight savings, but I'm going to be even more kind of in tune with driving, heart attacks, depression, that kind of stuff, those 2 times a year.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I see it, not just read about it.
Okay. And obviously I know that you show up with your stats and your data, and I love that. But it's probably totally true because you're not
That's
usually
most of,
losing 1 hour over that time. You're probably, 2.5, 3 hours are sneaking away from you.
yeah.
and then readjusting your body. Did you find anything about anxiety and the brain not being able to rest?
Well, I mean, that's just a given that just sleep affects your cognitive behavior. And so that's your brain. And so any lack of sleep affects cardiovascular, brain, all that kind of stuff. So decision making, all that stuff are hugely impacted by lack of sleep.
Yeah, and I think that we can go, and I'm not a doctor, like you have enough education hours to be a doctor, so if you could just put that behind your name, that would be good. But I think anything that's out there, all the way from inflammation to
Mm.
ability to learn, right? Ability to capture something in your brain, and it all comes back to rest. Every single one of it. So how do we get more of it?
Well, I took two tips from each of these guys. There's tons of them. And actually, I have a rest 14-day challenge coming up where I have 14 days of scientifically backed challenges that people can do to help the rest. But the two I shared two from Matt Walker, and that is go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time. He
Mhm.
says that regularity is king. So that's the most important thing you can do, according to him,
Oh,
for
wow.
better sleep
Okay.
is whether it's midnight to 8 a.m. or 10 to 6 or whatever it is, try to do the same thing because your body gets in that
Circadian rhythm. Yeah.
cycle.
Yeah.
Yep. So he says that's the number one thing. And then room temperature. And now there's been some
Oh.
just on the Today Show on Monday or Tuesday of this week, they came out with a story that says, so he says, keep your room at 60 to 67 degrees. 65 degrees is the key. You need a little cooler room. But the Today Show, they came out with a study, and they're saying that if you're 65 years old or older, you should have it 68 to 77, but no warmer than 77. So there's some shifting in that data, but so 66, 60 degrees to 77 is the right thing, but 65 is supposed to be the magic number.
Okay.
And then Kahneman says that 8 hours of sleep, that's the magic number, and naps, especially parents of infants. And I was going to look up the source and stuff, but I can't remember. But you're supposed to, when you take a nap, even if it's just a 20-minute nap, like you got just a
Mhm.
quick one in your office, shut the door, lay down on the floor with your legs up against the wall, like you're an
Oh,
L, this your
okay.
legs, this you're laying down. That's supposed to, I believe, and I wanted to get more information. I never got to it, but oxygen to your brain, all this kind of stuff. Because I was like, wow, this is amazing. And Nicole's like, well, duh. She already knew that. But she's a doctor too. But so yeah, take naps, 8 hours of sleep, have a system, cool room. Those are my four tips.
Okay, rock on. Well, we already know that there was a societal war, if you will, because if we were taking naps and if we were getting a lot of sleep, like I have no problem laying down. I pretty much go to sleep quickly. Uh, but that's a skill because you got to learn to shut your brain off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I
Um,
can't without
you
restful
gotta
needs.
you gotta find a way to put that stress over there in the drawer with the pants you wore that day. Otherwise, it's gonna just come right back to you. If you're taking any supplements, obviously that's appropriate as well. Um, but it's not lazy to do those
Yeah.
things. That's putting your brain back in balance
Mm-hmm.
because 99% of your healing, totally made that number up, but maybe it's 100. I don't know. Maybe it's
Yeah.
110. Your healing happens when your body is at rest. That's the only time that it can get down into those cells. So it's so, so, so important. And just like you mentioned, the ages with the temperature are when we were in kindergarten and we were made to take naps, they should be two of those a day, because our bodies are just working so hard to grow that we have to lie down and rest in order to do that. So, one nap is good, two naps is better for that development stage. And then somewhere between your 20s and your 30s, your body is okay with skipping those. But then they say you should start bringing those rest periods back and really focusing on it once you've hit that 30 and 40-year-old marker, just because everything starts to slow down. your cell growth starts to slow down, and it just takes that much longer to rejuvenate. Do you practice meditation?
Yeah, big time. It works so good,
And
especially if I go into
so,
sleep.
especially like, do you do that before you get into bed, or are you doing it when you're in bed, or what's your tips on that?
I do it two different ways. So if I'm doing meditation to fall asleep, I have special different meditations, and I'll put one in the comments. It's a deep healing meditation. It's shamanic drums done by Chris
Wow.
Kitco, one of my friends here in town,
Yeah.
and I'll put that in the description below so you guys can get it too. But if I want to go to sleep, I use that one. But if I want to be more mindful and I want to be more in tune with the world and the universe and myself, then I do it sitting up, focusing directly on the meditation. But if I want to go to sleep, it's some rhythmic music or a certain frequency, audio, that kind of stuff to just, it's like counting sheep, go to sleep. So I do
Yeah.
it both ways.
Yeah, totally. I think meditation is another thing that somewhere along the line we took out of our day. Um, and so that would be my thing. I want to share just a little bit about that. I guess he's not really a mentor because I never met him, but he had passed before then. But Harold Schaefer was a big part
Mhm.
of my early years in the whole business realm. But a story that was told to me was that his meditation happened when the sun was setting. And so he would be in a place to watch the sunset, and then as soon as it hit the horizon, he was at peace and silent with himself until the sun was no longer visible. And I was like, that happens every day. I can do that every day. So, and then our body, our minds are tied to that rhythm.
Mhm.
And that was just like, okay, we're done. Now in North Dakota, a little bit different because that sun sometimes goes down at 11 o'clock at night, which is where
Yeah. Or
Nicole's filming from.
6:30.
I'm filming from Las Vegas, and for number one, the city never sleeps, but the nature of where we are, that sun might go down on the horizon at 5:30 in the afternoon. So, just kind of think about that, or work in a YouTube video on your 55-inch TV, you
Yeah.
know, and really think about that little piece of meditation and get yourself into rest. So those are my things. Rest is okay. It is not lazy. Meditation and really getting that pattern down, just like you said.
I love that. I'm totally going to implement that because Scout and I, we like to sit and do neighborhood watch. And so we sit and look outside and we tell
Uh-huh.
stories of the people walking by or driving by. Oh, that person's off to work or that one's going to visit, or, just we make up stories because I'm all about imagination and getting them thinking. And even though she doesn't talk back yet, we're starting it now. But we've watched the sun set so many nights and it goes so fast. Like when it gets to this point at 1 second, it's just barely over our neighbor's trees.
Okay.
And then we look away and we come back and it's behind the trees in a matter of seconds. And it just
Oh, wow.
blows my mind because it spends the whole day slowly going and then it gets there and it's gone. And it's just kind of how I feel our life is. It's like slow gone. And anyway, now I'm just totally going to have this different mindset. And I know Harold and I have
Yeah.
met Harold. And so to think of him and Shyla sitting and watching
Yep.
the sunset go down and just have some kind of few word sentence. Maybe it's 3 sentences of gratitude. Maybe it's, something just to practice with that sunset. I love it. I love that connection. Thank you for bringing that to the table. I never knew that story. I never
Okay.
knew that.
Now you do.
I do, and I
Perfect.
love it.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. All right. Well, I think that closes everything up. I know that we've got a few other things if you want to take, or like if rest maybe something you need to work on, and you know it because that Apple Watch or that device that's on your wrist shows you how many times you're waking up at night. Reach out to Nicole, get into her rest challenge. I know that she's got some products to go along with that. Like read all of them, get into it. And I'm sure one is going to be starting soon, no matter when you're watching this video. So that's it. On topic. Like, share, comment. If you have any questions, we love
You
to
know where to
know.
find us.
We'll see you next time.
Peace out.